Hey everyone, and welcome to United Church Online. As a church, we are always looking for ways to equip one another with tools and resources to navigate our lives, to consistently abide in love. One of those ways is through spiritual practices. And we've done Lectio Divina, centering prayer, embodiment meditations, and the Examen. This last Sunday, for our micro gathering, we wrote a weekly examen that can be used either individually or in a group. And I highly encourage you to check it out at unitedchurch.love/examen. You can make it a part of your daily routine, your weekly routine, or even a part of your communal routine with those around you. Throughout the year of 2021, we have made a commitment to read Jesus ourselves, using the lectionary as our guide. Today, we are in John chapter 15, and I invite you to abide, to remain, to sit in this space and stay. This is actually the invitation Jesus gives us, to join him in this space of peace amidst the chaos. However, this invitation isn't for a solitary experience. It was meant to be done in community with one another and in love. Love keeps us together, and love will see us through.
Come close, love. There's something that I want to take a look at together. Are you in a place where you can hear me? Because I want you to really soak in what I have to say. I come offering transformation. I come full of love. And I so deeply want you to experience for yourself what is so often only talked about or imagined. My full presence to all things, my part in your being and your part in my being. I want to clean you up, cut off what no longer serves you, and show you how deeply and truly everything is enjoined to me. What's yours to do is going to sound simplistic, but it's hard. Trust me, I know. People tend to get in their own way when it comes to connection. So what I am asking you is to open, to show me where it hurts. Because right there is where I come in. I am meeting you sore to sore, wound to wound, to nourish you by the intimacy of my own blood and guide you into the mystery and miracle of my deep healing way. I want to bring you closer into me. I want you to experience me and my love firsthand, source to soul. I want you to know that you are soaked in me. You are within my love everywhere, always, and my love is never exhausted. So share the spirit of it freely. Give without worry or desperation. Let love move among you, soul to soul. My heart is set on you. I am here, active and present. I am yours and you are mine. I will never leave you. So trust, remain, rest assured. Be still and know. You are within my love, everywhere, always. Source to soul, and my love is never exhausted.
As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, But I chose you and appointed you, that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give it to you. These things I command you, so that you will love one another.
She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. Each flower petal falling to the ground. She loves me. She loves me not. Each statement bringing either a sense of hope or of rejection, a flame of possibility or a ray of light snuffed out. Each statement destroying the beauty right in front of us. Why did we do this to ourselves as kids? Why did we teach ourselves that this was how love worked? That love was a 50-50 proposition, that love was all or nothing, that love was fickle and finite, that love could be gained and lost on a whim. She loves me. She loves me not. There's a trauma, a fear of love lost that we've locked up in our bones, that at any moment, what we love, who we love, could be gone in an instant. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. Perhaps we think that this is the easier way to live, a less painful way to move about through this world. If we make love a 50-50 proposition, a conditional experiment where if you hurt me intentionally or unintentionally, then I can simply pick up and walk away, creating less pain for myself, less hurt. That there would be a lesser amount of wounds upon my heart and my soul. She loves me not. But it does make me wonder. If we hold back pieces of our heart, if we hold back pieces of our soul, if we hold back pieces of ourself, if we don't actually bring our full selves into the relationship, is it truly love? Can it be love? And sure, more than likely, you're assuming that this is purely located in the romantic realm. That if you're not in a romantic relationship with someone, that this just doesn't apply to you right now, in this moment. But hear me out for a second. Is this not what we do every day with everyone we interact with everyone we are in relationship with? That we hold back pieces of ourselves as we feel our way into friendships, as we feel our way into our working environments, as we feel our way into the church. And of course, it makes sense, right? We've been on the other side of he loves me, she loves me not, they love me not. And it hurts. We've experienced these sorts of ancestral wounds that have traveled from generation to generation, parental wounds that have been inflicted and twisted into our soul, historical wounds from times and places in our past, each locked up in our bones, each trapped in our hearts, caged in our minds, unleashed at a moment's notice on an unsuspecting friend, partner, relative. She loves me not. And so we shrink ourselves down. We wrap ourselves up in a protective shell that grows harder and harder with each petal that falls to the ground. Is it any wonder why the world looks and functions the way it does? Is it any wonder why we're so stricken with fear towards one another? Why beauty and wonder continue to be drained, sapped, tugged on, and rooted out from our reality? He loves me not. She loves me not. They love me not. And this is all we're left with. I've experienced a lot of this 50-50 love in my life. Ancestral wounds, parental wounds, historical wounds, moments where love was denied and pulled back because of mistakes that I made, because of positions I've held, because of the words I've said. I've never seen a greater exodus of love in my life than when I stood up to say that racism is alive and well in our day and time. That Christian nationalism is a problem in the church that must be rooted out. That we actually should refocus ourselves as a people on Jesus. This is a conditional love. We'll love you if you say what I want you to say. You agree with what I want you to agree with. You stand for what I want you to stand for. Then and only then will you get my love. Then and only then will you get to keep the petal on the flower. But if you don't, I will not hesitate to extract that petal and leave you barren. Love is a weapon. Love is a tool of coercion, of exerting power and strength. Love does what I need it to do for my own personal gain and position. This is the way our culture sees love, which really is no love at all. Love has been disfigured and mangled in our hands. And at this point in our history, we're left with nothing but an empty stem. This idea of love loss, of conditional love, has especially invaded the church. In order for us to belong, to be accepted, we have to behave a certain way. We have to believe a certain way. We have to have all of the correct boxes checked. And we have to keep it that way. Because we've taken on this cultural understanding of conditional love and applied it to God. God cannot love us unless ... Fill in the blank. What have you been told? You see, we've allowed our culture's understanding of love as a weapon, love as a tool for coercion, love as a means of power and strength to infect us, to change us, to become us, to change how we see each other, and to change how we see God himself. It's a cycle of self-removing love where we take and take and take and take until there's nothing left but a stem. And while we may stand outside of these statements and say, no, absolutely not. Love isn't a weapon. Love isn't a tool. Love isn't a means to an end. We live as if they are. We are simultaneously more connected and more cut off than we have ever been in the history of the world. We inflict the experience of 50-50 love, of conditional love, on those around us regularly. A 50-50 love is not real love. Conditional love is not real love. This is why Jesus started where he did when he talked to his disciples about love, about a different way of being in this world and with one another. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. God, the source of all love, gives and gives and gives of his love to Jesus, who in turn gives and gives and gives of his love to us. Do you see the chain that is taking place here? That God gives his love to Jesus without condition, who gives his love to us without condition, who are supposed to give our love to one another without condition. The only way that we can truly love is to do what Jesus said. Remain in his love. Which isn't to say that you just sit there and you don't do anything with the love you're receiving. No, it's the exact opposite. You continue the chain. Remaining in Jesus' love isn't about receiving. It's about giving. If you remain in Jesus' love, you'll never run out of love to give because he's connected to the source of all love, and he'll continue to give and give and give and give unconditionally. And I know that this is hard for some of us, this idea of unconditional love, of being loved unconditionally. Because the only love we've ever received is a conditional sort of love. We've been formed in this way of love by the culture around us. And so It's hard. It feels risky. It feels unsafe. And the ghosts of our ancestral wounds, our parental wounds, our historical wounds are ringing in our ears and lighting up our body with a traumatic response. And at this moment, Jesus is saying to you, abide, sit here with me for a bit, rest in me and feel this love wash over you. And know that no matter what, I will always love you. There is nothing that can ever change that. I don't know if you've ever had anybody say that to you before. If you've ever had anyone say that they'll love you no matter what. It's a big statement, a huge statement, a seemingly impossible statement, but it's a statement that can change your life. And here in this moment, Jesus is taking a risk. He's telling you that no matter what, he will always love you. Can we just sit here for a moment? Can we abide in this space? Can we receive that love right now? Remain in my love. Let it fill you up. Let your cup run over, as the psalmist says in the 23rd Psalm, because there, in this space of abiding, of receiving, we'll have the ability to do as Jesus says and to show the world a different type of love. My command is this, Jesus says, love each other as I have loved you. Jesus' love is a love that gives. It's a love that never ceases. It's a love that never fails. And this is the love that Jesus asks us to love each other with. To begin the work of reconstructing a new reality, a new way of being in this world. He loves me. She loves me. They love me. He loves me. She loves me. They love me. He loves me. She loves me. They love me. He loves me. She loves me. They love me. Over and over and over and over again. I love you. 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 Over and over and over again, constructing and creating a new reality in our midst. Several years ago, I was at a conference listening to N.T. Wright, one of those brilliant theologians and biblical teachers in our day, a true gift to the church. I was so honored that I was able to be there. In fact, a friend snuck me in with a special pass. And as Wright talked about the church, as he waxed eloquently about Jesus and what sets us apart from the rest of the world, as he laid out the destruction we each sit in as a result of this cultural moment that we inhabit, he said, the only answer to destruction is love. The church's answer has got to be love. Love. We're a different people, you and I. We're connected to the source of all love. We're a different people. And together, let us explore this love. Let us be this love for one another. Let us connect in new ways of grace and mercy and hope and peace, all centered in the love of God poured out through Jesus upon us all. May our cups runneth over. May we be a people that continue to abide in the love of Jesus. May we be a people that continue to receive his love, to sit in his love, to hold tightly to the promise that his love will never end, that his love is not conditional, that his love does not have an expiration date. And may we be a people that pour that love out generously on one another, into the world around us. May we show the world, our neighbors, our classmates, our friends, our church, that the love of Jesus is different, that it knows no end, that we are a people who have been changed by this love, who have been impacted by this love, and that we too want to show you the ever-present and unconditional love of God. May we have an imagination that explores the boundless nature of this love, and may we put that imagination to use. Grace and peace be with you, and may the love of Christ compel you into even greater ways of being. Amen.
Let us love, comes the invitation from the beloved community. That community following Jesus so long that defined their whole beings by it. Let us love, little children. They encouraged each other as if this love was something that was yet unknown and needed to be practiced, like a baby carefully watching the footsteps of others until she finally discovers her own feet can move in this way, wobbly and imperfect, but still walking, still following in the way. Let us love little children, not in word or in speech, but as if our whole bodies are learning this new grace. Let us be bold in learning this new movement, for we will falter, and it won't be perfect, just as we are not perfect. Little children, it will feel new and awkward, and it should. It should feel strange to twist and turn our bodies into love's possibility, to learn how to love in the way of Christ, who is still trying to encourage us to love one another. Let this be what defines us now, in this moment. Not so that they will know that we are Christians, but so that we know who that God's love abides. God's love abides in me. God's love abides in you. I am in you, and you are in me, and this changes everything. That is our prayer right now, that we will come to believe enough that God's love abides in us and be so changed. O Christ, may it be so.
Every Sunday following this video premiere, we host a Sunday Circle at 11 o'clock. This is an opportunity to process and reflect on the morning, to ask questions, bring insight, and get to know people who call United their home. You can find the link to the Zoom meeting in the description of this video. As a church, we are always looking for ways to equip one another with tools and resources to navigate our lives, to consistently abide in love. One of those ways is through spiritual practices. We've done the Lectio Divina, centering prayer, embodiment meditations, and the Examen. This last Sunday, for our micro gathering, we wrote a weekly examen that can be used either individually or in a group. And I highly encourage you to check it out at unitedchurch.love/examen. You can make it a part of your daily routine, your weekly routine, or even a part of your communal routine with those around you. Every week, for over 3 years now, we've closed our gatherings with the same benediction. We do this in an effort to remind ourselves of who we are striving to be as a community. So may you be blessed today by these words. May God bless you with discomfort, at easy answers, hard hearts, half-truths, and superficial relationships, so that you may seek truth boldly and live from deep within your heart where God's Spirit dwells. May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that we may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, starvation, and war, so that we may reach out our hand in comfort and turn their pain into joy. May God bless you with foolishness, to believe that through Jesus Christ we'll have the strength and power necessary to create change in this world and in our neighborhood, so that together we will courageously try what others claim cannot be done. May God bless you with remembrance, that we are called to continue God's redemptive work of love and healing in God's place, in and through God's name, in God's Spirit, continually creating and breathing new life and grace into everything and everyone we touch. Amen. Be in peace, and God bless.